You guys, like this game, honestly felt like I was going to get a heart attack. Like real talk, the amount of stress I felt in this game today. And it's so crazy because, you know what, on another night, Valencia are beating us easily. Like throughout this game, it was mistake after mistake. And, there were about 5 times where Valencia had the opportunity to win this game. 5. Some of the comical and their misses were so bad. It was comical. Like, I was laughing at that point when Rodrigo was missing, and I wasn't surprised. Honestly, I was not surprised at all. And with how he played today, with how we defended, how we attacked, I felt like maybe that game against Man City might have taken a toll out from the players. Maybe they used a lot of energy in that game because, especially in the second half, you guys, this team looked really tired. Like this team looked like they were completely running on empty. And when you sum everything up, we were extremely lucky in today's game. Extremely lucky. We need to thank Valencia for their comical finishing, and we need to thank VAR because, without that decisive moment in the second half, who knows if we're getting something from this game. I'm not too sure, you guys. But anyway, in today's match review, I'll be speaking about so many things. I'll be speaking about Lampard and some of his tactical and lineup decisions. I'll be speaking about some of the moments in the game. And I'll be speaking about why this game was just so over the place and so fun. I have to admit, this game was pretty fun, you guys. But anyway, before I even get into anything, today's video is brought to you by the One Football app. You guys, right now, if you decide to buy something from the Club Mega Store, you do get free Premier League printing on your shirts. It's a deal that's running for the next few days, you guys. Of course, Black Friday coming in very, very soon. There's going to be crazy big sales. So you guys, if you want to prepare yourselves for that, you'll find a link below in the description. And on that note, let's get straight into things. And I want to talk about the lineup that Lampard put out. Now, in the lineup, we saw Aspie playing as a left back. And I have to admit, you guys, that was the big mistake I could see. Now, with Azpilicueta's performance against Man City was very good. In a game like that where, you're slightly the underdogs, where, you need crucial, decisive moments when it comes to defending, then Aspie's your guy because he has that in abundance. But in games like this today where, the game is going to be open, you are going to be isolated by yourself. You do have a responsibility to be good on the ball and help play your teammates in. Is Aspie really that guy? I'm not too sure. And, I'm looking at the position of Kurt Zouma as well. I can see why Zouma playing on the left-hand side because Lampard's thinking, listen, Aspie and Zouma have been playing together for such a long time now. Surely if I'm moving these guys to the left-hand side, there should be no difference. But, of course, the massive difference was, they're passing on their weaker foot. The angles aren't the same. Down the right-hand side where they can receive the ball with their right foot, they can create these passing channels with their right foot. It's easier for them. But down the left-hand side where, a lot of times you have to take an extra touch with your left foot just so you can pass the ball with your right foot, well, it makes things a bit slower and a bit more tentative. And, throughout that game, I saw that Zouma and Aspie look really uncomfortable passing between each other. And, one thing with the Lampard system is you constantly see the passes between the centre-back and their full-back partner. But I didn't see that in the first half. Again, though, I can see what Lampard's thinking of. The game plan today was to create the overloads down the right-hand side. Lampard's thinking with Aspie playing on the left-hand side. I know that he's not going to offer much in an offensive point of view. He's really there for his defensive nous at the back. With Aspie sitting a bit deeper, this could give license more for Reece to bomb forward and start doing his thing in the final third. And you know what? That was working. I thought Reece was very good in today's game. Some very dangerous balls he put in. His play down the right-hand side was very effective as well. And throughout the game today was constantly being an infield option, moving into midfield to become that passing option. And he did it really well. And that's a great thing we get with Reece. But in my head, I was thinking, okay, Valencia are more dangerous down the left-hand side, with us attacking their weaker side. Well, of course, we are going to get some, joy attacking down that side. But what about preventing what they do down the left-hand side? And, with us this season, you guys, we predominantly focus our attacks down that left-hand side. How many times do we create the overloads down the left-hand side? The build-up and the play is focused more to that side. So it was quite different to see it move to the opposite flank. And I don't know if it really works. I think that's what made the game even more open than it had to be. Down the right-hand side, I was seeing Pulisic and Willian linking up with each other. And I was thinking, where's the balance? Where is that balance in our press? And it was no surprise why Valencia were constantly able to attack down the left-hand side for free. They always had an extra man available down that left-hand side. And with Azpilicueta being in no man's land most of the time, well, this forced Zuma to have to push out wide, to have to deal with it. And when that happens, you guys, you're only creating more spaces for runs to be made in behind. And from a tactical point of view, this was why Valencia were constantly able to create opportunities against us. The balance really wasn't there. And the reason why the game was so open was because Valencia kind of had the same tactical approach. But of course, they had greater quality down that left-hand side that we really couldn't cope with. But Maxi Gomez, a player that I know a few people in the fan base thought would be a good signing for us. Well, I think he proved that there's levels between playing for Valencia and playing for us. He had 2 gilt-edged opportunities, and that really set the precedent for how poor Valencia were going to be in the final thirds. And, and you're really thinking, how long can we ride our luck in that sense? How long is this going to last? It didn't last too long. Valencia eventually got their first goal, and you're just thinking, okay, they've scored nearly right before the first half's ended. This isn't a good place to be in. But who comes in to save the day? The most unlikely hero. I mean, yeah, he has been a hero playing in midfield for us, but, we needed that decisive moment. We needed that bit of fortune, that bit of quality. The quality in the final third was needed, and it was none other than Mateo Kovacic with, an unbelievable goal. Great first touch, that first touch was so perfect, and that's such a trademark of the player. Great shot as well, and you're just thinking, we've seen Kova take shots after shots every single game now. When's he going to get his luck? And, he's a type of player that only scores golazzos. Unbelievable goal, and right before the first half ends, Kova has another opportunity. Great, smart play by Pulisic, and I really like Pulisic tonight. He looked very sharp, very inventive. He squares it to Kova, and you're just thinking, okay, this opportunity is way easier than the one you score from. Test the keeper, bury him, curl it in, bottom right corner. Completely misses it, and you're just thinking, oh, okay, I guess luck's evening out now. But anyway, you guys, to get to the second half, and it's quite obvious that Lampard has spoken to the team. The team come out in the second half, and we're looking a lot more tighter. It feels like we dropped our defensive line a bit deeper. Of course, it was greater instructions for the wingers to do their jobs and come back, help out the fullbacks, come back into position. In the first half, Pulisic and Winnie were caught out way too often at times. But we're starting the game well. We're on the ball well. Jorginho, Cover and the rest are starting to keep the ball. And when we get the decisive moment that helps turn the game in our favour, I'm talking about the VAR moment. Honestly, you're thinking it came at the right time. Now, I have to say credit to the referees, and that's the only thing I'll give them credit for tonight. I thought they were poor. The amount of 50-50s they gave to Valencia, we got fake yellow cards time and time again. They really allowed Valencia to be really dirty tonight. And I thought they were doing a lot of the dark arts in the game today. But that decision they made for the VAR call, well, they need to get top marks for that. Yeah, we waited a long time. But I think that with this technology, we need to be patient. We need to give it some time. Yeah, I know with certain games with your Brightons and your Tottenhams, etc., it's a big moment. I get it. But VAR is going to help us out for the really big moments like in Europe, in finals and cup competitions. And I think with time, it's only going to get better. And that goal was really needed. And it really makes you think, if we never got that goal, are we getting the second goal against Valencia? I'm not too sure, you guys. Now, something interesting does happen. As the second half is going on, Lampard decides to change the formation. Now, we do turn into a 3-4-3 team, and it gets you thinking, like in hindsight now, was that the right call? Now, it did have some merits at times, of course, with having a flat back 5. It means that it becomes way harder for runs to be made in behind you because, of course, all 5 defenders can see the play in front of them. I thought the wing-backs brought good balance at times as well. Emerson coming on, adding some good pace, great skill, great distance running as well. I thought he had a very good cameo when he came on. But of course, when you're playing with a back 3 system, there's more onus on the attacking players up front to keep the ball, hold the ball up, so the rest of the team can come into play. And, unfortunately, Tammy Abraham went off in the first half. I'm really hoping that it's not too serious. It looks like he was in severe pain. He was starting to tear up a tiny bit. Hopefully it wasn't a broken rib or nothing too serious. Hopefully it's just sore guts or something. But, he was playing with a lot of intensity and passion, and he was making it hard for the Valencia defenders. And when Mitchell came on, you know that he's not going to bring anything that Tammy brings, because as a complete player, we know that Mitchell isn't that guy. Inside the box, though, it's a completely different story. But then it comes down to the service that Mitchell is getting. In games like this, where you need to fight for space, fight for everything, you need your striker to be that guy that's going to hold the ball up and do something for the team. And unfortunately, it wasn't the case with Mitchell tonight. And it meant that Valencia were able to constantly get free attacks time and time again. And I have to admit, it was a bit disappointing, because with that extra pressure that Valencia were putting us under, they got a penalty. Now, I need to say this straight, completely fake, completely wrong. I can't believe how the referee gave that call away, and it summed up how useless they were tonight. They were terrible tonight. Jorginho was fouled. You can see the Valencia player sweeping his legs up from behind. Jorginho was fouled. The fact that he didn't even want to make it like a VAR call as well, criminal. But of course, Kepa, as I tweeted earlier, the bizarre genius, because he has these world-class moments in him. I mean, that save he made with his weaker hand too, you guys. That's a serious save. That's a top-quality save. He has these moments in him. But as you say that, he was at fault for the second goal. And yeah, you know what? It was very hard. That was such a fluke effort that went in the back of the net. And the way the ball dipped so fast right near the end, I can't blame him for being taken by surprise by that. I think most keepers would have, to be honest. I don't see most keepers saving that. Of course, there is the argument that Kepa should have been safety first and, done something to prevent it regardless. But I can imagine that Kepa's thinking, if I don't want to give away a needless corner, it's best I don't do that, because we're really bad at defending from them. So yeah, it kind of is like a bit of a mazza, to be honest. But, it's a shame that it was Kepa being involved again. At the same time, can we really be upset because Valencia were the better team? I think that the tactics tonight weren't on point. I thought Lampard made right decisions near the end. The substitutions were the correct ones as well. I just think that, over 90 minutes, we weren't there tonight. I think fatigue definitely played a part. But at the end of the day, can we really be so upset when Valencia had about 5 or 6 clear scoring opportunities they missed, especially right near the end too? I don't think so. And yeah, we had our moments near the end, but... And that's what I like about this team. We still try and get a goal regardless of the scenario, the context of the game. But at the end of the day, you guys, these guys fought. They just about scraped through by a tiny bit, but that's what we needed. A very intense game against Man City. We got the 1 point against Valencia. They've got a difficult game against Ajax in the next game, and we have Lille. So things are looking in our favour, you guys. I feel confident that we are going to qualify from this group. And on that note, you guys, I'm going to end things. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. I'm Nini FC. This is Blue Lions TV. See you guys later.